Hi friends! With the 4th of July coming up and the celebration of our country, I was just thinking about the song, What's More American Than? And an author that came to mind that we have in America is Mark Twain. So I'm going to go over this book, the Mark Twain Letters from the Earth, that I have. It's a paperback, perfect binding, so probably won't last forever. It does have a nice color to the edge of the pages. This one is a used book. A discard from a library, although I don't know which one because there are no markings anywhere. And I would probably give it I don't know, probably a B or a C if I had to grade the book. Doesn't look like there are any major issues to it. No pages missing or out of order. But like I said, it does have a perfect binding, so it won't last forever. And as you can see, has some wear and tear because it is from, let's see, I think it was 1964, Fourth Crest printing. So something fun to look forward to reading too. And here's another one. This one is actually hardcover. Treasury of Mark Twain, the greatest humor of the greatest American humorist. And I'm going to share a couple of these. As we know, his original name was Samuel Langhorne Clemens. He lived from 1835 to 1910. He was born in Missouri. This one has his wit and wisdom, so just little sayings along with some pictures. I've got a couple I'm going to share with you here. This one right here says, "My parents were neither very poor nor conspicuously honest." Here's another one. "Whatever a man's age, he can reduce it several years by putting a bright-colored flower in his buttonhole." There's lots of cute things in here. "One cannot keep up a grudge against a vacuum." Let's find another one. Here's some more. "Classic, a book which people praise and don't read." Ha! Hope that's not true, but who knows, could be. Here's another cute one. "My mother had a great deal of trouble with me, but I think she enjoyed it." Anyway, lots of fun stuff here, and because it has a perfect binding, not a perfect binding, but a regular folio binding, not sure if you can see that, but it's not just glue. This one would probably be, I would probably rate this one higher. This one is from 1967, and it looks like it's held up pretty good. I like the dust jacket. It does have a nice textured print cover. I would probably give this one, maybe an A minus. It's not quite perfect, but it's still holding up really well with time. Next book I'm going to show you is by another American author, John Steinbeck. John Ernst Steinbeck Jr. lived from 1902 to 1968, another one of our great American authors. He wrote other things such as Grapes of Wrath and things like that, but which I thought were a little depressing, but he was covering a depressing time. The Great Depression was not a fun time. There were a lot of people who died and a lot of sad issues going on there. So this one, as you can see, is a perfect binding. It's got that glue there holding everything together. Not exactly the greatest binding. The cover is a kind of thick paper. I'd probably give this one maybe probably a C. It seems like an average type book that most paperbacks are. I haven't read it yet, but I do want to read it since it is by one of our well-known American authors. Also, friendly reminder, don't be a monster. Turning over the corners of pages. Damages the pages. Don't be a monster. Use a bookmark instead. Thanks all. Happy holidays.